Welcome everybody to Love Speaks Love. I am Denise, your host, and my two beautiful guests today are Maria and Viivika, who were on quite recently, so welcome back you two. It's lovely to have you both here again. I'm just double checking that everything is in order with the line.
And your guests are Viviika Sophia and Maria.
Thank you. Okay, that's working.
Thank you, Denise, for having us again. It's always such a joy. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And I'm very excited to speak about what we're speaking about today. But before we get onto that, we normally start with a little heart-to-heart connecting our hearts together and connecting, well, they already are, but being more aware of the connection of our hearts. So I think without further ado, we will start with that. So I invite us all to bring our conscious awareness to our heart space in the center of our chest. Breathing into our hearts, breathing love into our heart, feeling our hearts expanding, feeling our hearts open to receive. Feeling our presence in the unified field of love. And let's just extend our heart awareness to the heart of Mother Earth. Feeling the love of Mother Earth entering our bodies, entering our hearts. Feeling that conscious connection between our hearts and the heart of Mother Earth. And extending our heart awareness out to the heart of the sun. Feeling those beautiful solar codes around us and within us, within our heart. And extending our heart awareness out to the heart of Source Creator. The cosmic heart. And feeling divine love in our hearts, in every cell of our body. And just handing over to you two to see if there's anything you would like to add to this.
The only reason that we are here is to embody, truly to embody, the love that we are as Source, as us. To become that love so thoroughly that we love ourselves unconditionally and all of creation unconditionally, because we are not separate from any of creation. We are always and always have been one with everything.
And feel this omnipresent love as it connected with all creation. How it's connecting all of our hearts. So we all together becoming one heart of all creation. Girasono tana tuyuk songarat sekiwachanat sanapeta. Iretu sono tayashno sukarato to emekeshanasa. Omnipresent lava source, which is you.
Beautiful. Okay, so if your eyes are closed, just opening them when you're ready. And just have a little feel into your heart, into your body. And just noting any difference. Perhaps your heart is feeling more open. And just tap into the love that you are. Thank you both. Oh, it's quite hard to open the eyes.
Thank you.
So, Viviika Sophia and David Maria, welcome.
Thank you for having us. It's always a joy to be with you, my friend.
Likewise. Okay, so last time we spoke about the dragons, the breath of the dragon and the wave of creation. That was your last offering. And we're going to talk about your next offering, but I think to kind of create a bit of a foundation for that, I'd love for you to share something of your connection, of your relationship, however you'd like to or not define that. We hear a lot of terms in the spiritual community. Soulmate was always the term that you would hear, say, 20 years ago. And in more recent times, the term twin flame is often used. And I understand you have a kind of a slightly different perception of this. So I'd love for you to share a little about how you reconnected in the physical, and anything you'd like to share maybe about how that feels for you, of your perception of that, and perhaps how you feel it might differ from the other terms that we hear, and what it is that you're embodying here.
That's a whole lot of information. So to be really simple, we are one soul. And in our meditative journeys, in our time together, we know and have experienced the moment that our soul was created, because we were before all of us, not just us. Everyone is before their soul is created. And we have memories of us being created as a single soul, coming into creation as a soul. But we all exist before that moment. And eventually we're all going to return to Source so fully that we actually will surrender our soul, but we will still be.
And even this term as soul, right now we feel time to time that it's like a little bit personalized. That what is our like function in this world with David is we're prototype of divine union, or this is our service. This is why we are here, to fully embody that and share that with others. And if you think about Divine Mother, Divine Father energies, they are always one stream together as one. And this is maybe easiest to understand how we are connected with David, that even we have two different bodies, we always connected as one. So
and you will notice she always refers to us as we. Even herself sometimes she refers to as we. Because we are never separate. What she feels, I feel. What I feel, she feels. Some days we're talking and I interrupt and complete the thought. Some days I'm talking and she interrupts, but it's not really an interruption because we're in the same stream. It doesn't matter who is picking the stream and carrying it. It's all the same energy. And our service work, this is not personal. Our service work is to, when we're together, whether we're in an interview like this or in a class, it doesn't matter. Our service work is to hold the frequency of unconditional love for ourselves. So we hold that frequency so completely that we hold up a mirror so that whoever is with us can see themselves reflected in that mirror, because they are in that mirror.
So it's easiest way to say, maybe it's just our service is to be this embodiment of omnipresent love, which is, we can call us I am presence or source. We're talking about same energy. And this is what we share, and how we assist others just to become their true essence, because this is who we truly are, this omnipresent love.
And as to how we met, if you remember, in December of 2018, I went to Africa, and making a very long story short, because it's not about this, I was initiated and experienced my inner kundalini as lightning bolts that flew from the crown down through my body. And at the same moment in Finland, at the exact same moment in Finland, she was having a full body kundalini experience, awakening. And eventually she came to one of the longer classes or courses that I was offering. And making that long story very short, we recognized each other right away. And things just continued to grow. We became closer and closer and closer. And you know, part of my journey is that I was living in Mount Shasta and I let go of everything, and now I'm in Spain. Now I'm in Spain so that I can be close to her and we can see each other regularly, as in almost every day. So that's just the human part of the journey, but it's much bigger than that. That's just the human part of the journey.
And it's when we are together now, it has been so much amplified, and this acceleration of embodiment have been so amplified also. So the closer we are to each other. It was really strong, this magnetic pull that bring us together from different sides of the world. So
if you know anything about rare earth magnets, they're incredibly strong. And when there are two of them together, when they get to a certain point, they just pull like that, and you cannot pull them apart. You can slide them apart, but you can't put something in between and pull them apart. The force is so great. We're kind of like that. And it just pulled me all the way from the west coast of the US to here. And it was an easy journey.
Beautiful. And I'm curious if you can to in your feeling, how is the soul different, or is it, from the higher self?
It's not different. When we talk about embodiment, we're talking about fully surrendering everything, and in that surrender, it creates a space inside of us. And it's not just us, it's the same for everybody. The more that we surrender, the more emptiness it creates inside of us as we let go. The more that the love that is source can come in and fill all of that space. And that's what we term embodiment.
and very fundamental thing is, sorry, I interrupted.
No, go ahead. Like I said, it doesn't matter which one of us is talking, it's the same stream.
We may use different words, but it's an energy stream. It's the same. And the very fundamental thing is always self-love. And many of us thinking that, yeah, we know what self-love is. It's easy peasy. Everybody knows what self-love is. But we really don't know until we're starting to embody our true self. Then we're starting to really feel the true meaning of self-love. And this is, we can call also embodiment of our higher self, our higher selves, different layers, levels of selves. And all of them are different layers, levels of divine love. Until our consciousness is yeah.
This is what we're all doing, even if we're actively in resistance to it. It's still happening, and there are still choices that are being offered the more that we can surrender. And it doesn't matter if you're one of those people that can surrender with ease and grace, or whether you have to be literally drug kicking and screaming the entire way. It's still happening. That is the path that is before all of us right now. And the easy part is just to surrender as much as we can.
Yes, and all these places in ourselves that we bring forth, and releasing all this separation from love, or when we put some kind of borders to love, that only this is only love and this is not lovable within ourselves or in others. We're releasing that separation, and then our higher self as love, as our source, can access to these places and fulfill this with love. And I had beautiful experience with my higher self. I woke up in the morning and I heard how my higher self is singing to me, "You are so beautiful to me." And it's not personalized at all. It's the same moment I felt how every cell in my body was fulfilled with this love. And this is how we're starting to see and feel not only ourselves but also others through the eyes of love. And this was just an different perspective to that when I felt that. When this is what I call as self-love, and we're really starting to feel that as our higher selves, how lovable we are, and how our higher self and source see and feel us as source see us as his or her creation. And when we're starting to see and feel us through the eyes of love, we're starting to see and feel everybody as omnipresent love. We start to feel this omnipresent love to everything in all of creation.
And eventually you discover that not only is there no separation, it entails a degree of internal separation within ourselves to speak of our higher self in a way that entails that it's something that we have to attain, or because it's who we already are. There is literally no separation anywhere within ourselves or within all creation. It's only an illusion that exists.
And when we're talking about this omnipresent love or transcendental love, it's not that we feel it only in our hearts, or we're feeling it time to time. We're starting when we really opened up to this, our true self, then we start to feel that in every place in our body, in every cell, in fingers, feet, in every cell, in every fiber of our beingness, just starting to radiate that. And this is what we're calling embodiment process. And this is when we're starting to really feel that, when we're really becoming this embodiment of love, we cannot anymore create distortions, because we feel and see the same love that we are in all creation. There is no separation anymore.
And never has been.
There have been veils.
There have been veils, yeah, but those are illusions too. I'm not denying the process that we all seem to go through Don't misunderstand me. I'm not bypassing things. I've been through my stuff. She's been through her stuff.
And we literally, this is our personal experience, but of course every experience is unique. But how I felt, it's when this illusion of separation started to dissolve. I really felt like these layers within my light body started to like crack open, and not only my light body, but also not only my light body, but also physical body. It started to merge with all creation. It's hard to put into words this experience, but
it's almost impossible to put into words, and yet our experiences still want us to sometimes share. So when she mentions that sometimes it's very physical as this energy comes in, this is what embodiment is embodying the soul, and therefore through the soul, the divine love that is source into the physical body. It's literally embodying that. And sometimes it's difficult on the body, because the body has to raise its frequency, and that usually means letting go of a lot of stuff that is just not relevant. It doesn't match the energy of source. And that's really what all of us are being asked to do now.
And when we're constantly leveling up as collective,
Constant.
then time to times we need to release something that a little bit hard to us. It includes also this, when, for example, our relationships with others, this all this attachment. So and of course our lower self, our lower expressions of self, feeling this grief, because they're so attached. There's so immense emotional attachment to others, to people who we really love. But it doesn't mean that we lose them. We're just releasing this attachment to them. And we went through that also, and with each other, and with with our friends and then family members, and releasing to create more space to love and to truly become our true selves, embodiment of this love.
And in doing that, we are now free to truly love them unconditionally. Doesn't mean that we're going to leave them or they're going to leave us. It just means that we have let go of all of the attachments, which basically means all of the ways that we think they should be, rather than how they are. So now we are truly free to be able to love them unconditionally, just as they are, because we have no expectations of how they're going to be.
Yeah, we're releasing all these stories and attachments, and exactly like David said also, that when all these conditions that we put to this love, that we had these expectations, and expectation is conditions, that we expected that our relationship will be this kind of, or that they should act in this way, and we lovable when we do something that they expecting, or all this different kind of limitations we will dissolve, transcend, to truly love ourselves and others unconditionally.
Beautiful, thank you. I'm curious if you've perceived, and you may have touched on this already in what you've just shared, but if you've perceived any differences in your physical bodies since your union.
Yes. Short answer is yes. Would you like to share first?
The body has to go through all kinds of changes in order to let go of all of the programming, all of the belief systems that we've ever held. And it's not just from this life, it's from every single incarnation that we're in. Because all of those timelines are collapsing, they're disappearing. And as that happens, all of the conditioning and the programming and the belief systems and the trauma drama, whatever it might be, is also being released. And we have to sort that out as it flows through us. So yeah, sometimes the body goes through lots of changes. Sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's really, really, really joyful. There's just no way to predict what it's going to be, or how it's going to manifest within us. Both of us have gone through phases where we feel incredible tension and pain here in our shoulders.
It have been years already.
I get it a lot in necks. In my neck, sometimes I get these jolts of pain that run down my neck that just seem to freeze it momentarily. It takes a little bit. You may have noticed that every now and then it looks like I'm tired or that I'm yawning a little bit, but that's not what it is. It's my body processing and releasing, and it wants to yawn. It wants to get a bigger breath. And sometimes the energy comes in so strongly, so quickly, that we have occurrences that overtax it. This is why all of the admonitions, don't try and do this too quickly. Just let it happen organically on its own. Trying to force it, trying to make the energy open outside of its own organic timeline, whatever that is, usually doesn't have great results. And even then, sometimes people experience them. People have all kinds of experiences in relation to some of these downloads coming in so quickly and so strongly. It includes a full litany of conditions like heart attacks or strokes or places in the body where things happen, whatever it might be. And
at the same time,
just slow down, be easy with everything. Don't try and push the envelope.
yeah, and we are not making ourselves victims of
No.
It's beautiful process. Sometimes it's maybe intense, and sometimes there may be present also physical pain, but very often also it's because we have resistance in certain places of our body, and it's resistance to love. We're holding on some kind of beliefs, and
sometimes as the energy is flowing, the body just goes into a bliss state, and it's indescribable how wonderful it is. I don't know how to share in words how incredible it can be when that happens. Sometimes you be out walking and you're just experiencing this incredible joy, just walking along a street or walking along the earth.
it's a most time really joyful and beautiful process, and sometimes it is also intense. And now we overcame, not overcame, but we feeling the states of consciousness that we can describe describe maybe only with words beyond the bliss, and it's maybe really intense time to times. This overwhelming, this transcendental love, but same time, it's really beautiful. It's really amazing.
And all of those big amplification moments, they just show us. They just show us where we're still holding on to something, where we're still in resistance. Otherwise, it wouldn't be being experienced in that way. And then we have an opportunity to be with it and release it.
And we calling also our triggers. We're not talking about personal triggers, but all triggers that people feel they're also like way showers.
They are. Love
So,
your trigger.
Yeah, that we celebrating triggers.
Not so easy in the moment when you're being triggered,
Yeah.
but love your triggers.
Yeah, because they're showing the way to total freedom always, and they also holding these beautiful gifts that we can release and embody after we release these triggers.
So I would love you to share of your next offering, Divine Union with Source, Highest Order of Love. I'd love you to share what people might expect if they're going to join this, what your intentions are with offering this as well, and anything else about it that you wish to share.
The very essence of this course is to bring all the parts of ourselves back into union through the love, through transcendental love. So to feel fully and completely ourselves as this divine love. And we calling also time to time that this hidden state, this full connection with all creation, full connection with source. And to really, really step into our full potential.
And to become the love that you truly not only are, but always have been. And to not just experience it, but to know it so fully that becomes everything. That becomes who you are. It doesn't define you, it becomes who you are. Is to be able to be in that space. And if you've followed our course offerings for a while, all of the classes and courses that we offer come through our experiences, either together or in meditation if we're in separate locations. They all come through from the inside. And this class is, like the last class that we offered was the dragon's breath. And the breath is going to be integral in this class, because literally, not figuratively or metaphorically, literally in every moment with our breath, you dissolve and create yourself. You dissolve completely and recreate yourself again in every single moment with every single breath. And that's going to be part of the offering that we're going to share. And it's still going to be a thread in some future offerings that have not been fully come through yet. But we have glimpses and inklings of them.
And the breath of creation as omnipresent love or breath of love. And we can call it also I am presence. So as David said, in every moment when we breathe, we releasing this previous moment. And this is what we're practicing also in this course. How to be this present moment, how to be fully embodied, omnipresent love, I am presence. And live our life fully as free soul, as source, in physical expression of source, and feel this connection through this love with all creation, and how to dissolve, transcend all this duality, and talking about, not talking, it's talking is part of that, but it's more experience behind of the words. And as one beautiful participant in our course said, that you can describe what Elizabeth told about our dragon course, how if
No, you go
okay.
ahead.
My English is it is what it is.
You're on the thread, and it doesn't matter what the words are. It doesn't matter what words I say. It doesn't matter what words that she says. The words are always the carrier of the energy stream. So that's what brings the words in. And if she doesn't have the normal command of English, as a lot of people, that has no bearing on anything whatsoever. It's the energy stream coming through. Sorry, I apologize.
But yeah, she said that if you don't feel the subtle energies behind what we're sharing, then you can see only two people wearing white clothes and talking about dragons in last class. But if you feel the subtle energy, you can step into different dimensions, and this is shared experience. We're sharing as one this experience in our classes. And yes,
People those that feel the resonance and call to attend our classes or courses tend to be people that are ready to really take some daring leaps, if you will. They're willing to, or they're ready, even if they don't think they are. They're ready to let go of themselves. So I don't care anymore about my personality, not in the slightest. I still am who I am, but not in the way that I used to be. There's nothing there that really from my old soul that really holds an attraction anymore. It doesn't have a magnetic pull that pulls me now. It's this deep journey into source and truly embodying the love that I've spoken of, and no longer wish to just speak about it, but wish to just be it. And when we're together and we're sharing, people experience that stream of love that is flowing through. Like she said, we're here as a model.
and everybody's part of that, and it's not about us, but it's just we're holding the space as one with David, but everybody is this active source of love in this class, because we are one. There is no separation between us at all, and this is one shared experience.
So in addition to the breath, we will work with releasing some of the things that seem to be shall we say, more intractable within people's consciousness or within their experience. And some of those are things that both of us, especially me, have struggled with. Struggled might be a too strong of a word, but have spent more than a little time working through. So you've attended many of the course offerings that both I, before we started working together, and now since we started working together, that we offer. And you know what it's like to be in that energy field. And it always presents an opportunity for somebody that is present to resonate with that field and make that shift internally. And that's really and truly what all of the courses and classes that we offer are about, is presenting that opportunity that you can make your own internal shift, because that's all there is us making that internal shift with ourselves, and therefore learning to love ourselves unconditionally.
And we're sharing also now once a month.
Yeah, but once a month now we're doing, and the next first one begins tomorrow on the 12-12 gateway, the 12-12-12 gateway, where we're offering a free meditation, and we're asking people to join with us and make some kind of small donation. It doesn't even have to be $1. It's just an exchange. And we're going to do that on all of the natural gateways next year. So we're going to do it on January 1st, on the 2-2 on February, on the 3-3 in March, throughout the year. And it'll just be a spontaneous meditation. We're not going to plan it. We're not going to think about it. We're just going to show up and meditate with everybody, and what comes through is what comes through in terms of the energy of the moment.
And there's also always opportunity to jump and level up and experience yourself more as is divine love.
And it's just a chance, an opportunity to be with more people, to share more, just to be present. And I use the expression to share presence a lot, but I don't mean us sharing our presence. I mean everybody that is together shares their presence. And it's that old biblical quote of, when 3 or more are gathered, then the energy really amps up. So
yeah, and it will be this one shared experience, and same time everybody, of course, feeling that as their own unique experience. But it's really amplified when we do it all together as one.
it's really fun to do group meditations.
Yeah, beautiful. That's very exciting, all of that. And just to confirm what you said, having been in your presence and the abundance course that you did recently, and you mentioned what was shared with you about the subtle energies, and there's subtle and less subtle energies. It's a strong energy field that everyone is together in, that is that emanates through, and powerful in the releasing as well. So you normally do a bit of visualization and a bit of language of light together, and I found those to be very powerful. And I'm quite aware of the energies of my body as well, and I felt a lot shifting at the time, but shifting in the days and weeks following as well. But definitely the field that's created and during the calls, I could perceive a lot shifting in my body and releasing from my body as well. And it was, yeah, I've definitely felt a difference in my field since doing it too. And I think that people will, even just from the call, they're already in that field. They'll be feeling that energy.
The moment you say yes, it starts to work in you.
And even we always connected. Even we had this one class in a week, but all other days we were always connected also and supported each other as a group, and our higher selves working together through this process. And so,
and in this course again, we're going to share all of the written materials that have come through, that have gone into preparing the course, and we will produce some bonus videos that we will send out that will speak to a little bit of the energy that everybody is going through in the moment. So after each class, we encourage people to write to us, to email us, so that we can understand any challenges that they may be experiencing, whatever it is that they're going through, or just whatever it is that they're experiencing, and then we'll produce a video in response to that. And so there will end up being 3 or 4 additional videos outside of class. I don't know what the number will be, I really don't. But it's not just the course classes themselves, it's so much more, because it is a journey that we will all go on together for the entire 5 weeks and afterwards.
And many of people were connected by email. They sent it messages for us, and we emailed for us, and we were always connected through this kind of connection also, because every time when they sent us email, they wrote about that also, that they felt this release and support even more, even before when we answered to them, because it's this intention, when they sending this intention and we feel that it's automatic response from us also. So it's really deep support as group, and we also supporting all the time by being present with everybody. And we also what I wanted to say right now, it's gone. Maybe it's coming back. Sometimes it's happening then when you don't catch up this stream of energy stream, and you're starting to share something else, it's gone after a few minutes or a few seconds.
Both have experienced that if we're not completely, absolutely in this moment, something will come through. If we're not present, we miss it, and it doesn't come back. Or it tends not to come back.
At the same moment, it was just like two streams or two different information stream, and I saw the same time when I spoke. I will speak about that later, and now it's gone. It's sometimes happening.
Is there anything else that you'd either like to share about? Because it's 5 weeks. It starts this Saturday. So is it 5 consecutive Saturdays?
There's a week-long break after. There won't be a class on January 8th. We're going to skip a week. So it'll be 4 weeks, and then we'll skip a week, and then we'll pick up the next week. And the second week is we're gonna travel to Alhambra, to the palace there, and we're gonna broadcast from the hotel there. You know, Alhambra has really, really beautiful energy. It's one of those primal spots that still retains the connection to what we call the Garden of Eden, to the original creation here on Earth. And it's a thread that runs from Africa up through Europe and eventually makes its way to Scotland. It's not a continuous stream, but it's pockets. It's why no one in Scotland scoffs at the presence of the Fae. It's part of the awareness of the land. It's still there.
Yeah, this construction have been renewed, but it still holds this etheric construction of divine perfection and divine union and this template. So this is the reason why we go there. It's really amazing place.
Beautiful. And this can all be found on your website, theedentemplate.com, and I'll put links to that. I'll add links as well. Perhaps you could add a link to that in the comments here, but I'll add that to
Absolutely.
on YouTube. And for the 1212, is that through your website that they'll register for that?
You can register there for the 12. So
beautiful. Yeah, I think 9/9 is going to be, that day's already standing out. I think with it being a 9 year next year, I think the 9th of September is going to be particularly powerful. So is there anything that you would like to offer into the space as we close, or are you feeling complete?
I always feel complete in just about every moment. It's rare that we don't. But if you feel the resonance with what has been spoken of today, if you feel the resonance with the energy field that is present, then you're being called. And not out. I would just say, if you're feeling the call, then we would love you to join with us. It's truly a journey of joy.
And this call, of course, you feel in your heart.
Always the call is in your heart. Don't listen to your brain. Your brain has very little to do with this. It's necessary to have one. We need a brain to keep our body working physically. I don't know if we need any. In fact, I do know we don't need hardly any of the thoughts that ever roll through it. So just listen to your heart. Just feel your heart.
And as David mentioned, this our brain and heart, and this is exactly what we do in this course also, that even more deeper level we opening up this pathways and then this connection between our mind and heart, and let's shine this higher mind to shine through our lower mind and connect with our true heart. We're connecting with our true heart, which is heart of all creation. So this is also part of divine union, that not only between when we're talking about masculine, feminine energies, that it includes everything, that we're connecting with everything what we are, bringing it to this balance, harmony through 0 point as access point to our true self. And love is always singular.
Always.
It doesn't have any opposite. So
Love is the only thing in the universe that has no opposite. Anything that you bring into creation that is in this realm, the moment that you create it, it automatically comes with its opposite at the same time. But anything that you create from love does not have an opposite, because there is none.
yeah, and this is why we are united through love as one. And love is source.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to be with you again. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It is always a pleasure. And yeah, check out both the 12-12 meditation. Oh, that's it doesn't seem like 12-12 should be tomorrow, but it is tomorrow.
Yep, you can register for it almost up till the last second. As soon as you register, you'll have the link to be able to join.
Beautiful.
If you register at the last second, it may be too late to receive the email in time to join, but it'll be there the moment that you register.
And everything on the 5 weeks is recorded as well, so even if people can't be
Always.
online, yeah.
And they're available to all of our recordings are available to download to your local computer. We keep them for at least a month after any class or course ends. Just leave them up. Most of the time they stay there for much longer, just because there's so much to do sometimes just with the technical stuff that, to be honest, I just forget to take them off. And some are not meant to be removed. Some are meant to stay there for long term.
And it is a wonderful experience always to share space with you. And I know your 5-week course will be equally full of love and a wonderful experience. So thank you both for sharing about it.
Thank you, dear Denise.
And thank you to everybody who's been here with us today, either on the live or on the replay. And yeah, enjoy the experience, enjoy the field that has been created here.
Thank you to everybody that is present here and live, and to everybody that will watch the replay once it's been posted.
Thank you so much, and many blessings.
It's a joy to be with you and share blessings.
Thank you, everybody. We will stop the live stream now.